Hey everyone, today I will talk about classes and how to choose your class in new upcoming MMORPG game Ascent Infinite Realm. Before I start, let me just say subscribe to my channel to see more air videos in the future. So guys, let's start with saying that air have 5 classes, and those classes are divided into tank, healer and 3 DPS classes. Obviously here, as you can see already on my screen, we will start with the mystic class, and that class is healer class. So if you have played before in some other MMORPG class like priest, like cleric, with like chanter, which is supporting and healing his teammates, this is the class for you. Mystic has a long range attacks with moderate attack power and attack speed. Her defense and critical hit are low, but she can overcome this with the appropriate strategy and healing, making her a good choice for beginners and veterans alike. As you can see here, we have some skills, Radiance and Verdure. The Mystics channels the energy of the light that attack their enemies. This will weaken the enemy by leaving mark of light on them. Should be foolish enough to persist, the Mystic can inflict even the greater damage due to the mark of light. Verdure is kind of different setup. The Mystics support her allies by channeling the energy of the nature, healing self and allies can greatly contribute to the team's victory. Now, what is interesting about this class, so it's not specifically only healing and supporting class, it also can make some damage. However, I will show you here below this picture, you can see Mystic ratings, and ratings are ranked by stars. I will show you on the end of the video one really beautiful chart, one beautiful table, when you can see all the classes and they are graded by those stars. And if the class have 5 stars, that means that specific set of skills have is very high. And if you see 1 star or 2 stars, that's really low power on that specific set of skills. So as you can see for Mystic, we have here on the right side of the screen below the picture, attack power have 3 stars, utility have 5 stars, defense 2 stars, attack range 4 stars, which is actually pretty nice. Critical hit 2 stars and attack speed 3 stars. There are some details regarding Mystic also here regarding strategy, but I don't want to talk too much about that at this point. I will make videos specifically for each class more in details, but I wanted you know guys for now that if you want to play a healing class, then you will play a Mystic. Out of 5 classes, like I said, this is now only healing class, only healer class in game. Maybe in the future that will change. However, if you want to play light armor, high range, healer class, this is the class for you. Next class, guys, here, which I'm going to talk about is Sorcerer. Also, don't be confused, as sometimes you will see the name Elementalist. We still don't have officially what will be the name of this class, right? It will be either Sorcerers or Elementalist. However, this is the class we are talking about. And obviously, yeah, this is a high damage DPS class, long range class. The Sorcerer have exceptionally high attack power, which complements her large attack range and high critical hit very well. This choice is ideal for players who enjoy the excitement and challenge of playing a low defense class with extreme damage. Yeah, this class, like basically in most of MMORPG games, right, is a mage class which have a cloth armor, so armor is pretty weak. However, her attack abilities are really amazing. Here you can see skills, and here you can see Frost and Flame setup of skills. However, I will not talk today about Frost and Flame because of simple reason. In the last informations which we have from Korea, it's not only about Frost and Flame setup, we also have a Lightning setup of skills. So probably it will be 3 different specialities of this class, depending on which kind of gameplay you are currently in. Are you playing PvP, PvE? You will use one of those specific setups, Frost, Flame, or Lightning, right? Lightning, as you can see, is not written here, but we have last informations from Korea. It will also be Lightning probably in release of the game. As you can see, Sorcerer's rating below the picture regarding the stars. Attack power have 5 stars, which is really amazing, right? So this is the maximum output DPS class. Utility have 2 stars, defense only 2 stars, right? What we have accepted. Attack range 4 stars, critical hit 4 stars, and attack speed 2 stars also only. So it's also not so fast class. So guys, if you want to play a pure DPS class, long range, mage class, then a sorcerer class is class for you. Later on the end of the video, I will show you also weapons which are using all of these classes, right, in one really amazing chart. But let's wait for the end of the video for that. Let's go for the next DPS class. This one is melee class, obviously, and that is assassin. So assassin, yeah, again, like assassin in many other MMORPG games, assassin have the fastest attack speed and critical hit of all classes. Due to the limited range and moderate defense, this is considered one of the more challenging playstyles. Yeah, of course, because this class still it doesn't wear plate armor, so it doesn't have some high defense skills, right? However, it's a melee class, DPS class, right? As you can see, assassin's ratings, attack power is 3, which is actually, I was always thinking it should be more, like 4 stars, right, at least. But it's only 3 stars, you will see later why. Utility 2 stars, defense 3 stars, attack range only 1 star, so it's very, very close range class, melee class. Critical hit, yeah, this is interesting, right? 5 stars, and attack speed 5 stars. So guys, yeah, obviously this class is relying on critical hit and attack speed. This will be amazing to play for people who have low ping, right? You have very high ping in game when the game come, right? When we will play it finally, whenever. If you have high ping in game, this probably will be a problem for you because attack speed is really important for this class, right? So if you have low ping, absolutely this is the class for you, right? And of course, if you want to play DPS class. So we are talking about melee DPS class assassin. Next class, really amazing class in my opinion. It looks really amazing, and I have played a little bit. It feels a little bit also really amazing. It's Gunslinger, right? We are talking about here about ranged class, range DPS class. Gunslingers have the longest range of any class, which makes them both a hard target to kill and formidable foe, especially in conjunction with their high attack power and moderate defense, attack speed, and critical hit. This will appeal to many different playstyles. However, players may find it much more complicated than it looks. Yeah, of course it's complicated, right? Because you'll see on the charts, this class also doesn't have some strong, very strong defense. Defense have 3 stars, which is actually pretty decent. Attack power is 4 stars. But the really important thing about this class is attack range. Attack range is the highest of all classes. Let's say it's on some way it's similar with Elementalist or Sorcerer's class. However, if Gunslinger is using Sniper, right, then attack range is the highest in the game, right? With Sniper, you have the highest range in the game. I will talk later a little bit about weapons which are using all the classes. But if you use pistols, of course, that range is not so high. However, you are still making really nice amount of DPS. So as you can see here, below the picture on the right side, attack power have 4 stars, utility 2 stars, defense 3 stars, attack range 5 stars, critical hit 3 stars, and attack speed 3 stars. So it's pretty average, pretty decent class in everything we can say, right? It doesn't have some really weak points, right? Because defense and critical hit and attack speed have 3 stars, right? And pretty high range of attacks, especially with sniper. So if you want to play a Gunslinger class, you will have to know about this, that this is DPS long range class which is using pistols and a sniper as a weapon. On the end, 5th class, of course, we didn't talk about this class until now. I have mentioned you on the start. There is only one healing class and one tank in the game for now, and that is Warlord class. So if you have played something like Templars, Guardians, something like that before in other MMORPG games, plate armor, melee damage, this is that class. If you play Warlord, be ready to tank, right? Wherever you go, whatever you play, especially of course in PvE, if you go to raid on some boss or in some instances, You will be in front in your plate armor. You will have in your right hand a hammer, in the left hand you will have a shield, the three different kinds of shields, and there is many details actually regarding this class. It looks really amazing, it feels really amazing, but yeah, this is not DPS class, right? As you will see, warlords have very high defense and decent utility with average attack power and critical hit. This makes them ideal for players who are interested in dishing out decent damage with maintaining their own safety. The only drawback that Warlord is limited attack range and reduced attack speed. Yeah, so basically you cannot have everything, right? It's the best defense class. It has 5 stars, right? The only class out of all classes in air. However, yeah, attack power only 3 stars. Yeah, attack range only 3 stars, critical hit 3 stars, and attack speed also very slow, 2 stars, right? So yeah, you cannot have everything. This is a tanking class. If you want some high DPS class, don't go for Warlord, right? Choose Assassin or Sorcerer or Gunslinger. However, if you want to play tank, I would say classical tank in MMORPG game, then you will choose Warlord class. On the end, guys, I want to show you this really nice table, really nice chart here. As you can see, here we have on the left side all classes lineup: Sorcerer, Mystic, Warlord, Assassin, Gunslinger, and we have in this chart by stars marked their power and strength, right? So we have a primary weapon for Sorcerer is Staff, secondary weapon is Athame or Dheim, however you want to pronounce. Mystic class have Wand as a primary weapon and Totem as secondary. Warlord class, like I said, in right hand Warhammer and in secondary Shield. Assassin class daggers, of course, as a weapon. And gunslingers, pistols for a little bit medium range and rifle for long range over there. However, the interesting part of this chart is when you can see these stars, right? Like I said, 5 stars means maximum output, really strong part of that class, and 2 stars or 1 star, if you see, that means that that class is not so strong in that part of the game. You can see interesting here, for example, Sorcerer obviously have 5 stars on attack power, and this is the only class which have 5 stars on attack power. Closest to the Sorcerer is Gunslinger with 4 stars in attack, right? So if you want to play high damage class, you will play either Sorcerer, either Gunslinger, right? Because you will get maximum damage output, right? However, if you want to play a healer class, like I said, you will play Mystic, obviously, because this class is healing and supporting your teammates, and for now this is the only class which have some healing and supporting abilities for your group and your teammates. If you want to play tank, you will choose Warlord class, which have Warhammer and Shield as the main weapons, and obviously defense 5 stars, very strong defense. However, attack speed only 2 stars, critical hit only 3 stars, and attack power, of course, only 3 stars, no damage output. If you want to choose some, how to say, medium thing, you will choose between Assassin and and Sorcerer. Let's say, for example, because you still need to have, for example, Assassin have pretty decent damage, but like I said, you will need pretty low ping to play it because it's very highly dependent on attack speed. Attack speed for Assassin and critical hit for Assassin 5 stars, right, which is really amazing. However, damage, as you can see, have only 3 stars, right? So damage will be higher if you have low ping. If you have very high ping in game, if you have lag, yeah, your Assassin will suffer from that. So I will put a link in the description below, guys, if you want to check these charts and these informations for yourself. But like I said, it's pretty clear how to choose your class in air. If you want to play damage classes, you will play either Sorcerer, either Assassin, either Gunslinger. If you want to play healing, you will play healer class, you will play Mystic, and if you want to play tank, you will play Warlord. All depends, of course, what you like, what kind of gameplay style you have in game. But if you have played before MMORPG games, it's really clear for you. And also, if you even didn't play MMORPG games before, it's pretty clear from these charts and informations which I have just given you. Thank you for watching the video, and if you like it, subscribe to my channel to see more videos in the future. See you soon.